Good morning. Sorry about yesterday. We got cut off. I had technical difficulties with my video recorder on my phone. So, to get back to where we were, the drinking. I was a bad drinker. Now, obviously, I had a major heart condition. I had blockages, cholesterol sky high. Everything was bad. Literally, they were like, hey man, you have constant dizziness, headaches, ringing in the ear, blah, blah, blah. You know, how far can you even walk? Can you do a flight of stairs without getting dizzy or passing out, or completely so winded that you can't do anything? You feel like collapsing? And I said, no, I don't feel any of that. They were like, come on, man, your blood pressure. And they went on and on and on and on. How I was a walking stroke or widowmaker heart attack. They didn't even want to release me, period, because they said at any minute I could just either stroke or heart attack out and be gone. So that got my attention. It didn't get my attention enough, because I'm going to be flat out with you. It was 2.5 months or 7 weeks later when I went to North Carolina from Colorado, went to UNC, big time medical facility, and lo and behold, they told me the same thing. They did not want to release me from the hospital. Blood pressure was 174 over 132 that day, I believe, or 133. And asking me all the same questions, everything else. And then said, by the way, we're going to do a liver enzyme test because you're slightly jaundiced. And we believe you're jaundiced and your liver is probably in really bad shape. And well, bam, now I've got clarification on everything all the doctors in Colorado had told me just 2 months previous. So now it's a choice. Do I want to live more than a day, 2 days, a week, a month? And obviously they won't do the hernia surgery, because there's no doctor in this country that would put me under with blood pressure in that range and the problems I was having. They said I would not wake up. So I would say I was a drinker. Now, what I'm going to key back to is a friend of mine in Colorado said, hey man, start taking CBD oil. CBD. So I started taking 3,000 milligrams of CBD oil a day, which I'm going to tell you right now helped tremendously with my joints, just regular aches, pains, things that that have bothered me for years anyway as I've gotten older. You know, just the basic aches and pains of getting older and everything else. The CBD helped tremendously. Helped me a little bit with sleeping at night. But guess what? It did not help with the blood pressure. When obviously I was still pouring a bunch of alcohol on it, smoking, doing the whole deal. So they immediately put me on a statin. Now, statin, those medications, they're bad. They're bad juju. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. They make me extremely tired. I can't keep my eyes open. All I did was sleep. And what was crazy is after my first 2 weeks on the statin, I told the doctor, I says, hey, all this does is knock me out. I have no life at all. I'm sleeping literally 16, 17, 18 hours a day. And the doctor says, well, hey, that's fine. Your body will get used to it over time, because I put you on a low dose to start. Your blood pressure is still in the 160 range. Over this, we got to get you with a cardiologist, but I want you to double your statin. Now all I can do is sleep. I guess I'm not going to have a heart attack or stroke if I'm asleep. I don't know. But anyway, 2 stents in my heart later. The whole deal. But let's go back to the day I walked out of UNC. I made a choice. I wanted to live a little bit longer. I threw that pack of cigarettes away. There was actually half a gallon of Fireball in the freezer. There was a bottle of vodka. There was probably a case and a half of beer. I didn't even think about them. I never even touched them. Literally, they're still sitting there, minus what a couple of friends who came over and had a few drinks here and there, a few beers here and there. What they've had, and I've had 1, 2, or 3 maybe in the last few weeks, but that was 4 months later. Anyway, getting back to, I literally just stopped smoking immediately that day. I stopped drinking that day. And I did up my dose on the CBD. I was taking heavy Stanton at the time, but that's where we were at. I've got to pause for 1 second and talk to a gentleman. Just hold on. Anyway, to make a long story short, literally what happened next is, anyway, look, I'm really busy. Closing statements is you can do it. And as I've said before, it hits. See what you feel. See how you feel 10 minutes from now. But to answer that question, I think I've answered that person's question. But the cool thing is I never went through the shakes. I didn't go through any of those withdrawal problems from the alcohol at that time. Now, just to clarify to everybody, I do have a drink, one drink. I think last night I actually had 2 beers down here at Hilton Head Island, kicking back and having a good dinner and just chit-chatting with a friend. 2 beers, woo! But so as time goes on, I mean, I'm able to get those things back. And just to give you an idea, I'm now having a cup of coffee in the morning. I couldn't do those things, though, the first few months. So just ride with that today. Now, be good to yourself.